Right now, a viral social media trend known as the Benadryl Challenge is raising a lot of concerns among health experts. So this morning, Sharon Tipton with Cornerstone Healing is here to walk us through what parents need to know, because this is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
So what is, I guess, this Benadryl Challenge? First of all, explain it to us, what it is.
So it's a really dangerous social media challenge where individuals are consuming excessive amounts of diphenhydramine, which is the active ingredients in a lot of Benadryl products. And what it does is it causes a trip, much like we see in other substances like mushrooms or LSD. And then they take that trip or that experience and then post it online.
I mean, that is incredibly dangerous. I mean, we've been talking in the newsroom just about this. Benadryl just alone as prescribed, I mean, it can knock you out.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're now taking this excessive amount. When did this start to see this surfacing?
So it started really back in 2020. It was when
Really?
it started to come online. We started to see some of the first accounts of tripping on Benadryl and this trend in 2020. And then it went pretty viral on TikTok, and we saw a lot of kids having some serious effects from it, including death.
What are some of the effects that a kid could have from this?
It's hard to tell because every person's body reacts differently to medications, so it's really impossible to predict what symptoms they'll experience and to what extent they'll experience in them. But some symptoms can include hallucinations, delirium, confusion, rapid heart rate, rhythmic abnormalities, seizures, and even coma and death. Like, it could lead to some serious life-threatening issues.
What about, we were talking before we came on here, I guess the underlying issue sometimes, why you would want to do this in the first place, and then you do get that instant feedback, especially on social media. This isn't just like, trying to be cool in front of your friends anymore. You've got an audience.
You're trying to be cool in front of the world at this point. You have the potential to be considered cool in front of the world by doing some of these challenges. And it has a lot to do with brain development. Adolescence is a very vital time, very vulnerable time for like peer acceptance and identity seeking. And we know that the different parts of the brain play a huge part in this, and the reward and emotional parts of the brain develop a lot sooner than the long-term judgment and impulse control parts of the brain. So a lot of the decisions that these kids are making and doing these types of challenges are based on irrational reasons.
Wow.
They're not able to really stop the impulses of, oh, this looks cool, let's do it, let's see what happens.
Right.
They don't think too logically about the consequences and might not even be aware of the consequences. And
then you get the social media aspect of it because, you do get that instant, we'll say fame, really. It can happen overnight. All of a sudden you're everywhere.
Absolutely, yep.
So then I guess, how then do you combat that as a parent, as somebody, a professional who is coming in to help a kid?
I think it all boils down to awareness and insight, providing a safe space for kids to ask questions, have those conversations, being open to have those conversations about what's going on, being the parent to ask your kids, hey, what are y'all into? What are y'all looking at? Paying attention to the things that they are looking at on social media, paying attention to the conversations that they are having with their friend groups, and just being mindful of that and having a safe space or providing a safe space for your kiddos to come and ask those questions about those things.
Is there something that a parent should look for, I guess, leading up to it? Because obviously once they do it, it unfortunately could be too late. But how do you know maybe if your child is going to be prone to doing a challenge like that?
There's some indicators that to look for, some risky behaviors, change in friend groups, interest in those types of challenges, if they're paying attention more and getting a little more curious about those challenges, recognizing that things are starting to miss from the medicine cabinet, paying attention to those types of things. And there's also some physical things that you can look for, dilated pupils, off napping, like doing too much drowsiness, things like that. And then just changes in behavior, just general changes in behavior can be an indication that something's going on.
What resources are out there, obviously, for parents that, that's the important part as well, if a parent does have concerns?
Definitely educate yourselves. Talk to your pediatrician, even talk to behavioral health specialists, possibly even look into seeing any underlying issues that may be going on, depression, anxiety, peer pressure, pressure, things like that. Seek out professional help, behavioral health. We have, adolescent VIOP programs across the valley, including Cornerstone, that can really educate our kids on what's going on and provide that safe space for them to have those conversations.
Such good insight. We've heard about it, and so it's just interesting to kind of get that insight. So obviously, if you do need help, there are some resources out there. Thank you so much for coming in.